Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome back to another live session of Speak Your Mind. We're live tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's been so long. I feel like a rookie. 4 weeks has been a long time. And a lot of you have been asking, when are we coming back? When are we coming back? When are we on? So we're on tonight live and direct. I'm here. I'm in your living room. I'm in your bedroom. I'm probably in the bars because some people are in the bars watching the show because this is a show where they tune in to see what's happening and understand what's going on and share their thoughts and their views and their ideas as well. So, welcome again. Call who you need to call. Let them know the Speak Your Mind show is on. We're live. Hopefully tonight, as usual, you know me, I like to have an engaging show. I want to have an interesting show. So, you know, as soon as we come back from break, I'm going to open up the phone lines and give you guys an opportunity to vent. I know after 4 weeks, usually after 1 week, but after 4 weeks, you usually have a lot to say. I know there's a lot of concerns, a lot of complaints, a lot of, lack of understanding and knowledge. And hopefully we can share our views, my opinion, and clear up some of those misunderstandings. And then you can also help us and myself, to understand some things that we also lack knowledge in. So call your friends, call your neighbors, let them know that I'm here, at least right now by myself. Courtney will be here shortly, hopefully. And then we can engage in this meaningful conversation. So tonight, I'm gonna put out at least 3 teasers to you. I'm going to put 3 things out there, and then, of course, again, when the phone lines is open up, it's up to you to talk about whatever you want to talk about, because it is Speak Your Mind, not my mind. If I speak my mind all night, then it will be one opinion, and, you know, most of the time, one man can't move the boat. You need a few more. So we got to work together, and we got to move it together. First thing on my agenda, I wanted to hopefully get you guys involved in a conversation about, you know, a new governor. If you didn't hear about it, you were somewhere on vacation, you didn't hear the whole press release for a whole year, we now have a new governor in the British Virgin Islands. A new governor. He was sworn in, not Friday gone, but the Friday before that. Mr. John Duncan, Governor John Duncan, he's here with us. I was able to meet him. I was on the street buying an avocado the other day, and the governor was right there, just driving around, meeting people, and, you know, getting to know the culture and the BVI community from the ground up. And I like that. I really, really like that. I was shocked to see him out there. He didn't have any security. Of course, he probably heard about the BVI being this cool and simple and easy, low security kind of place, and he just felt free to be out there. So I want to first say welcome, Governor Mr. John Duncan, to the BVI. I think you're going to have a very fruitful 3-year, 4-year, whatever it is, here in the BVI. One of the things the governor said when he did his acceptance speech, when he was sworn in, I think he said that he grew up in Africa. And coming to the BVI, he felt like he was coming home. And I took that to mean that the BVI being at 80%, 85% African descent, nation, country, whatever you want to call us, that he felt at home because he grew up in a place where it was predominantly black. And that's great to know that we have somebody that, you know, think about us from a perspective that most of us think that the governors that we have had don't see that side of it. So I'm hoping that it would bring some encouragement to our young people, you know, especially the young ones in school. I would like to see the governor get out there sometimes to the schools. I don't know if the last governor did anything like that, but visit the schools, make some speeches, get to know the school kids, build some enthusiasm with them, and let them know that just because he's the governor, he's never untouchable. He's their governor. He said that in his speech as well. He said he's the governor for, he's here to represent the UK, United Kingdom's point of view, work with the local government and establishment, elected representative, and hear the views and opinions of the people. So this would be a great opportunity if we can have someone that can get out in the community and really get to meet the folks. So, Governor, you started off good. Don't stop. Don't stop. Get out there. I'm hoping you're watching tonight. I told you if you really wanted to know what the views and ideas and opinions of the people are, this is the right forum to learn and understand. The people watch this show and they voice their concern regardless of what's happening. And, if you want to know what the people are thinking, this is where you need to be. So those of you who are watching on behalf of the governor, if he's not watching himself, and trust me, I know there's some people watching on behalf of the governor. It was funny. When I met the governor the other day, before the day was out, an hour or two later, people was already telling me that about a conversation that I had with the governor, and they weren't even around. So we know for a fact that somebody is probably calling the governor or somebody's recording the show, and they'll share it among their peers that, we mentioned the governor on the show. So Governor, welcome to the British Virgin Islands. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're sitting there again, I want to know how you feel about the governor. He's already made a strong statement on, the big controversial debate that just finished taking place in the House. I want to know what you think about that. He said it's serious enough to consider, a commission of inquiry. That means an investigation, to follow up, to look at the leads, to look at the concerns that were brought up by, Ms. Webster and the PAC, So I think that's a good start if that's the way he wants to go. Of course, it all comes down to him and him only. But he'll be listening to you, he'll be listening to the government, he'll be listening to the opposition, and he'll be listening and taking advice from folks even in the UK. He said that. He said he's going to turn to the local experts and, get their position on it. And then he'll also resort to people in the overseas, maybe in the overseas office that he have available to him to guide him on what's the best approach. So, as the governor, he was probably going to make the best decision. And I'm sure there's a lot more to it than just an inquiry. I'm sure if he see things that he believes could be detrimental to the country, he'll probably try his best to save face in many cases. So don't fear. An investigation is not going to bring down the country, but it will shake things up if any of the allegation is found to be true. That's what it's all about. So if you feel free to welcome the governor yourself, you want to send a text and you want me to read it, I'll do that. If you want to call, I'll do that. If you don't care that we have a new governor and you want to voice that concern as well, go ahead and feel free. That's what the show is about, because again, we want to be able to voice our concerns and let them be known. It's the only way. If you look at what's happening up in the States right now, there's so much happening up there. You look at the big riots that were going on in Missouri and all the other issues of racial discrimination and profiling. And, you even have white folks coming out and supporting the police officer that gunned down the young black kid. They love him, They believe that he was justified, So everybody has a side, everybody have an opinion, and everybody wants their opinion to be heard. So don't feel no way, ladies and gentlemen. Don't feel like you can't voice your opinion or your concern. This is the right show. So feel free to, when that phone line open up, to blow it up and tell me how you feel. So we'll elaborate a little bit more on that later on. Let's all welcome the governor. And again, I want to get your take on the governor and what you expect as a citizen of this territory, as somebody living here. What do you expect from the governor? That's up to you. Also, We just wrapped up the Big 60, you know, the festival. It was a whole year in the making. I remember last year very clearly. We put up together a special committee. The government did, when I say we. And I want to know what you think. How did they do? What grade did you give the whole festival, you know, bang? You know, I give them an A. If you want my opinion right off the bat, I give them an A. I had a wonderful time. I know there was a few hiccups here and there, but I had a wonderful time. I thought it was great. I don't think it was this grand festivities and cultural exchange and thing, but I love the fact that we were able to get through it without any violence. Some of the troops and the floats, I thought was phenomenal. I mean, especially out there, Scotland. I don't want to promote you guys too much, but you know, I like that. I like the first troop, I think it was, that came up. You guys did a hell of a job. You know, you got the other ones from the big band. Miss Patsy Lake put on a fantastic group of troops and floats, and she did a wonderful job too. So I don't know how you feel. Of course, I had my son and his brother and others here with me, and my nephews and nieces. So I took that opportunity to spend a lot of time with family. So I want to get your take on that as well. How did you celebrate the festivities? Did you enjoy it? Is there any concerns that you have this year that you think going forward that they could do or use to change it up a little bit and maybe, you know, tweak it here and tweak it there? Just share it. You know, all comments are good comments. The people who are responsible are listening. They're watching. They are watching, trust me. We hear them now talking as much as we are talking. So we know they're talking, we know they're listening, and they're also responding and voicing their concern in different areas in the community. So feel free to voice your concern or comment on that. That's the governor, the festival committee. I want to know how you guys felt about that. Did you celebrate as much as some of us? And did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy it? Also, open for discussion. Again, this is just my teasers. If you want to elaborate on anything else, you can. Feel free. When the phone line open up, we're going to blow it up tonight. My third topic was, what do you guys think about the debate in the House? And in particular, the Speaker. I'm on the Speaker tonight. I want to know your take on the Speaker of the House. Do you think that the Speaker is a fair, open, transparent Speaker? Does she do a good job in controlling the attitude, the tempo, the behavior in the House? Is she biased? Is she only on one side? Does she only recommend one side? Or does she take a central approach? What is your take on that? I have an opinion, but I'm not going to share it with you tonight unless you ask for it. But what do you think? You know, we had this grand debate over the PAC report, and everybody's just focusing on the PAC report. But before the PAC report, we had Ms. Sonia Webster that put out a report, you know, that gives, you know, it was deep. It was deep. Let me use that word. It was deep, and it was food for thought. And you know, when you read it and you understand it and you know the players involved and you understand the game, for 2 years we saw this grand scheme. We were told that it was the best thing ever for the country. And then 2 years later it just disappeared, and everybody's supposed to just forget about it. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way, ladies and gentlemen. It really doesn't work that way. And I wanna, from my position, from my point of view, clear up something, because I think a lot of people are confusing the issues when it relates to the debate. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a cruise ship development deal going on right now. The government of the day was able to secure a loan, a 35-point-something million loan to develop our cruise pier. And that's a subject and a topic by itself. There's no debate on that. There's no debate and no fighting as to whether or not anyone whether on the government side, opposition side, or anyone in the street wants to stop that. It's the opposite. Everybody wants that done. Go ahead, let's do it. Let's get it done. You got the money. That's not what the debate is about, ladies and gentlemen. The debate is about what took place before we got to that point. And if any of you would remember, it was a September month, I believe, in 2013, when the good minister himself came on this very show, a Saturday night. It was a Speak Your Mind show. And he announced to the world, to the BVI and to the world, because we are streaming live across the world. So anyone over wherever can watch us. That the deal that was so grand and so great and the best thing ever because of the situation we were in is no more. It's dead. That's the debate. That's what they are debating. That's what the report is about. That's what the PAC report is about. Not what's happening now. So ladies and gentlemen, don't walk around telling people that others want to stop the cruise development. No, nonsense. It's propaganda. That's not what the debate is about. The debate, everybody know, whoever was involved, know exactly what the debate is about. So I want to ask you, what do you think about the debate? How do you feel about it? You know, we saw a very passionate Minister for Communication and Work. Some of you said he was like a raging bull in the House. And the Speaker just let him vent. He tossed a lot of names. He told names of companies and individuals who were named in the report. You had the opposition came in and tried to come with this fight that they had to get the information out there. And the Speaker says, you can't put people's name out there because it seems like it's so bad. Well, they're part of the debate. And that's what the debate was about. And I remember members who were saying, I remember the leader of the opposition who probably suggested that we take this thing behind closed doors. And then other members on his team also said, no, leave it for the public review. Let the public get a taste of it. So it's all information. We could talk about it. It's been there. It's in the House. There's no reason for you to feel as if you can't talk about it. You can. If you want to voice your concern about it, call me. Tell me what you think about the debate. And don't call here being confused. Because I will unconfuse you, if that's the proper word. Because there's no confusion. What's happening now has nothing to do with the report from before. Don't be confused. I want to know what you thought of the debate, the behavior in the House, the Speaker in the House. Everybody was tossing up things about the standing order of the House. What do you think? Do you think people behave appropriately? Or do you think all sides were negligent in their behavior? And what do you think? I want to know. We're going to open up the phone line. We're going to take a quick break now. When we come back, phone lines are wide open. Remember, you can talk about anything on this show. Just remember, anything that you talk about, if you're going to call names, you got to be ready to take the blame. If you can't prove it, don't speak it. If you got a concern, let's hear it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've been off for 4 weeks, so I want to hear from you guys tonight. I'm tired of hearing you guys in the supermarket asking when we're coming back because you've been turning your TV on and we're not on. We're on tonight. So we're going to take a 5-minute break. Call your friends. Let them know that we're on. We're live tonight. I am here live tonight. This is not a recording. We'll take a quick break.
Say hello to the Digicel DL700, our newest best value Android smartphone with a 4-inch display, front-facing camera, and a 5-megapixel rear camera. It's perfect for snapping and sharing. Plus, it's super fast, so you can do more, play more, and share more. And choose to download from over 1 million apps available in the Google Play Store. The Digicel DL700, the latest addition to the Digicel Android smartphone range. Make the smart choice. Be extraordinary. Digicel.
Welcome back. The phone lines are up, the text lines are up, the numbers are up on screen. If you want to send those texts, send those texts. You want to give me a call and let me know what's on your mind, go ahead and feel free. You know how I am. I like to engage. So let's do it. Let's do it tonight. It's a bright night. We've been off for 4 weeks. A lot of you have been wondering what's going on with the TV station. A lot of times when you don't see me on for 2 weeks, you wonder if, did he get fired? Did they take him off? Did Courtney fire him? I usually like to joke and tell people, yeah, Courtney fired me. He sent me home, but it's just a joke, ladies and gentlemen. JTV, they do a lot of work in the community. So whenever things like the festival going on or, anything that they can help the community to get the word out there, they're always taking time off to do that. So we take that time off to help out the community. So it was a big event this year, 60th anniversary. And we wanted to do it big, so we took some time. It was 4 weeks, but we're here now. So if you want to talk to me, call me, let me know. The number's on screen. So I put out some teasers, and I got one more teaser I wanted to share with you guys. We talked about the governor, the new governor we have. I want to know how you feel about him. You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please. Hi, good evening. Talk to me.
Yes, I'm calling to respond to a comment you made concerning the behavior in the house.
The behavior in the house, yes.
Yes, you were asking what you think about the behavior of the speaker. And I'm going to make my opinion as unbiased as possible, and I'm not going to call any names. But my comment is that I believe the speaker needs to be a little more impartial. Nothing against her personally, but really and truly, because we know it's NDP and VIP members. And so the Speaker of the House needs to be, I happen to actually look at a recording of some of the, and I'm going to call the person who was speaking, maybe we'll guess who it is, because there are different behavior, different sides of the House, NDP and VIP, in terms of conduct, decorum, and, professionalism in the House. You're strong on a point, and you want to make your point, but you try to do it as controlled as possible. Yes, we get excited here, we're very passionate, and we feel like we get in some roadblocks and so, but I believe the speaker, as you were asking opinions, needs to be a little more impartial in terms of whether it's a person from the NDP speaking or not, that the speaker needs to, the same way the speaker will review someone from the VIP in terms of how they are behaving themselves or not behaving or acting. If somebody from the NDP behaves in a similar manner, you have to show impartiality.
Yes.
Otherwise, then it means that you are letting other persons on the NDP, whether you're NDP or not, you're allowing them, or him or her, whoever it is, to behave in an unseemly manner, while then, so you need to be impartial.
Well spoken.
Needs to be more impartial.
Well spoken. That's what I asked for.
That's my view. Okay.
Well, thanks for your. Let me, before you go, what do you think, real brief, because I think I have another call online, but don't rush. What do you think about the debate itself, the substance of the debate?
The substance of the debate.
Yeah.
Well, the truth is, some stuff came up in terms of whether the report was went through the proper procedures, whether the persons who made comments and so on in the report, whether they were vetted and all of that. And the standing orders, I'm told, it was so clearly had certain procedures. And so once this is consistent, that this is the consistent procedure, at all times, not just now, whether in the past, or even now, we should consistently adhere to procedure. So if that be the case, then we ought to give it a chance to, well, really and truly, the benefits of the cruise here are clear, that it would benefit the BVI, and we know that the economy is bad right now, and so it will probably inject,
Much
money
needed
into the
help,
economy,
yeah.
which jobs and so on.
Mm-hmm.
However, whether we should have an inquiry or not, I don't know. I can't judge people's motives, but as one of the persons on the VIP did say, I think the Honorable Ivan Christopher did say that, if you have an inquiry, that it will help in a way that, it will clear the air, whether everything was on board and up to standard, and without any kind of malice or anything like that involved. So, if that be the case, let there be an inquiry.
Absolutely.
I don't have a major problem with it. Maybe everything, there were reasons given why certain procedures weren't adhered to, and I don't see a major problem with that.
Yeah.
I don't see a major problem with that because, as you said, the interest of time and so and so. However, like I said, it's a good project, and hopefully no one would want to, whether VIP or VIP, would want to see this. And really and truly, if there was a motive for people to make people in the community obligers of the NDP or to distrust them or to go against them because election is coming up, that would also not be good. But hopefully, I hope none of the comments or statements that were made would be unwarranted. Hopefully, they would be factual. So, if an inquiry will help with this, so that this matter can be put to rest and people can be satisfied that they can accept once they get the comments and so on, if people is incorrect or information was put into the report that is not really correct or reflecting the truth, the facts, then let that be amended. Let them be amended.
Yeah.
Let the facts be known.
Well, thanks a lot for the call, Carla.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
All right.
It's simple, ladies and gentlemen. In that particular technicality, it's simple. If there is a commission of inquiry, then those same people will be given an opportunity to refute, rebut, recant, and take back their conversation and their comments if that's the case. So, one way or the other, it's there, it's on record, and if somebody dispute what's in it, they'll have an opportunity if the governor does decide to, call for a commission of inquiry. So, very good call. Again, ladies and gentlemen, it's wide open. I want to know your take on the Speaker, the House, the debate, the governors. We have a new governor. Say hi and welcome to the new governor. You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please.
Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, I'm sorry the next time.
Say that one more time. You say it slow, and if you can't, either turn on the TV or move away from the
I
TV.
was saying, before I begin, next time I see you, I'm going to have to ask you to call my phone because you don't have my credit. Anyway, I have a matter that concerns me.
Okay.
If a person has been living in the BVI for like 18 years, you have to understand that maybe this person is going to fall in love and maybe they're going to get married and have a child. Now I understand, the problem is expatriates and everything. But the way they deal with children of expatriates, I think it is so unbecoming. I applied for school for my child. It's like almost a year. And to this, I have not gotten any information as to which school this child is going to be going to. I took vacation, wasn't able to travel because I'm still here. I'm back at work. No book list, no school, nothing like that. School is opening anytime soon. I think it is just unfair to people to put them under such pressure. After you know that, there are so very little places that you can get uniforms and books, and so many people want them. They're going to call me 2 days or a week before school opens and then say this is the school a child is going to. It is not fair the way they handle stuff here. And I am very, very, very upset about it.
Yes. Carla.
Yes?
Carla, I totally understand what you're saying. I'm very sympathetic. I'm very sympathetic. I want to share though. First of all, you know, are you using a digital phone?
Yes, I am.
You're using a digital phone? Well, guess what? I think when you call our number, that number you see on screen, your call will be free. You don't have to worry about losing minutes. Well, thanks a lot for the call, but I totally sympathize with you. I think, and I think the minister himself for education made a strong statement. I believe it was last year or maybe this year, on you know, expat kids of expat parents and so forth who are probably born here in the territory. And I think it really needs to be looked at. And I could sit here tonight and proudly tell you in 2012, ladies and gentlemen, when Mr. Billingham was here, I got up in a conference when he came to sign the protocol for effective financial management. And I asked him myself, what is the UK intention on dealing with our kids who are born in this country of expats and they're living operating in a space, an empty space. They don't belong, whether to left or to right. And I got a little ridiculed for that. Some people said, you know, they have the citizenship of their parents wherever their parents are from. That's their opinion. I'm going to have an opinion on this one. Where a child born is we from? I don't see any other human rights issue that is more important than that one. Where a child is born is we from. And when people are living in a country, they're doing all the right things. They're paying their taxes and all of this stuff, and they happen to get married, they evolve, and they have kids in a country. The kids belong to that country, not to the country where the parents them came from. I missed that call. Just call me right back. So if you're in a situation, you're trying to get your kid in school, I just want to make sure that you are legally entitled to put those kids in school. And then if you are, I mean, you should by now get some kind of answers. But the schools are overburdened, you know, to defend the system a little bit. The schools are overloaded because we have a lot of kids now who are in these schools and they have to find space. They got to make sure you have enough teachers in the classroom to take care of these kids and make sure they don't go into an environment where they can't learn. So it's important that you know, we look at that. So without any further ado, y'all speak your mind. Go ahead, please. Hi, good evening. Good evening. I think you were hitting the phone by accident. Maybe somebody was trying to call me back. So ladies and gentlemen, my opening topic, again, you can hit me up on anything that you want. You know, my first, you know, I want to hear somebody out there besides myself welcome the governor. I want to get your take on the governor. You know, the whole speech 4 days after the governor got here, he made a speech and he said that he believed the accusations on the PAC report and Ms. Webster's report is serious enough. You know, so he might call for investigation. It's still up to his purview if he wants to do that. Also, the festival, I want to know your take on the festival. How did you guys enjoy it? Was it to your expectation? Do you think there's more could have been done? We needed to tweak it a little bit more. If you feel that way, tell us. Let them know. So between now and next year, we could tweak it. It was 60th anniversary, but it doesn't stop there. It continues and it goes on and on and on. So if you want to, you know, give me a take on that. And also, I want to hear from you guys about this whole debate, the debate in the House on, you know, what took place over the Cruise Pier development and, you know, who may have done wrong. And again, to clear the air, ladies and gentlemen, don't get it confused. The debate has nothing to do with now. Nothing. Don't let nobody fool you and confuse you. There's nobody either on the government side nor the opposition side trying to stop what's currently taking place. They can't anyway. It's done. The government has the say-so. They got the controlling power. They passed resolution in the House. They borrowed money. And now piles are on the ground. We got more piles coming and we're starting work on the dock. That's not what the debate is about. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do from 2011 to 2013. That's what the debate is about. You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please. Hi, good evening.
Yeah, good night.
Talk to me. Talk a little bit louder for me.
Good night.
Uh-huh.
How you doing tonight?
Man, everything blessed.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Anyhow, we were talking about the carnival and so, right?
Yeah, the festival. We can't call it carnival. Festival.
Okay, I'm speaking my mind now. You also speak my mind.
I give up.
You can't give up without listening to all things.
Absolutely.
Okay, listen to this one, my boy. Listen to this. The carnival done a long time ago, right? Right? How come the parking lot looking the same way how looking?
Which parking lot?
Huh?
Which one?
Because I had the carnival.
The festival ground.
So, how come you do things not done yet? And how come you say something nasty? The people are picking up the wood, done nothing. When you look, you can tell the public what to clean and me. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, definitely.
But they need to clean when they play solid, they give them up, like people are flying, man. You heard me?
I'm with you. You know, I believe, right? A lot, the boot owners have to put on some kind of deposit. And I believe, I ain't too sure, but I heard this conversation that there's a stipulation that they don't remove their property within a certain amount of time, they can lose their deposit. I'm asking you, if the government does enforce that policy, if it is a policy to the Festival and Fairs Committee, and they hold people's money, and other people call us to complain about them holding their money because they were too nasty and didn't clean up their property, I hope you support me when I side the government.
Listen what I'm saying, right? Carnival done already, right? Right? Everyone St. Thomas, right? Listen to it, everyone St. Thomas. I had a good time. Anything I enjoy between you, the radio show, and the horse race. I like horse race, right? That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't get to work early morning to come back to school when I home. I'm looking at the same parking lot if I had the village also. Look nasty, neighbor. These people need to find so the wooden, if you knock on the wooden, if you knock on the wooden, the thing on the side, you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it
definitely.
Nasty, start to act on a galley, you leave on the ground. When you look with them, turn to public work. A public work and clean it. Not me, you know. Me clean your body job because that's these people are fine.
Yeah.
You talk about getting back money. This is what Carnival done 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 days ago. And things are going to be done now. Tell me, my boy, if you want your money back, right? You can do the knock down these things.
And gone.
And gone.
Yeah.
Not for you to be driving up the highway and looking at the village still open. Look at the village still open, but ain't open, but still you understand the garbage on the ground. I get enough money on because I use the line, okay?
Yeah.
But you understand what I'm saying? But
Definitely.
I speak in my mind, my brother, right?
I love that.
Okay. Have a good night and God knows, right?
All right, my brother. Have a good weekend. Be safe.
Yo,
Well, if anybody can share some light on that, who works for the Festival and Fairs Committee, is there a deposit normally that people would have to put down, and is there some stipulation that, after a certain amount of time they have to remove their property off the fairground? And if they don't, they lose their deposit, and, does be the case. I agree with the caller. I've seen some boots owners within 2 or 3 days of the event finishing, they were gone. I mean, I remember my son made that comment. He was like, "Daddy, some people already done moved their stuff," and I could call those boot numbers. They know who they are. They're very responsible business owners. They're people doing business every day, even when they don't have a boot. So they understand the whole implication. And those are good eyes, my brother. Thanks for calling us and letting us voicing that concern, because if I said it, it would seem like I picking on people. But you're absolutely right. I drive by there, I drive tourists in my thing, I drive locals in my thing who are customers, and they saying the same thing, that it looks unsightly. So people need to, ladies and gentlemen, if you had a booth over there, you don't make your money. And I know every one of you made money. Go remove your property. It looks unsightly. It doesn't look good. It's bad. It looks like garbage. It looks like a pile of garbage. You know what I mean? We leave something you had something there so beautiful, and now look what it looks like. So go move your stuff. I agree with the caller. So my last point I wanted to share with you guys, and this one is on cable TV. You're watching us tonight on cable TV, BVI cable TV. And I had an interesting conversation with a gentleman the other day, and he said to me that he thinks that sometimes I'm unfairly picking on cable TV. And maybe he's right, because he felt like when we had the discussion about the cable costs and all those things going up, a lot of you felt like you didn't get enough fair warning, you didn't know about the increase and so forth. And cable TV did send out a lot of information about the increase. They did their job. You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please.
Yes, good evening.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
I'm good.
Talk to
I
me.
wanted to talk about the personal license plate.
Uh-huh.
I called St. Croix to find out how much was their personal license plate. It's $32. I think it's ridiculous. $1,000 for a license plate. That's a car. Have a good night.
that is a call. Well, thanks a lot for the call. DMV, someone said they loved the personal license plate. She didn't say that, but I assume she liked it. Maybe wanted to get one, and felt like the cost was a bit high. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you straight up. I'm like this. If it's too much for you, leave it alone. Nothing wrong with voicing your concern, but for me, it's like, it's a no-brainer for me. It looks good. It looks good on somebody else's vehicle. Good luck. I don't want any. I can't afford it. I would love to have one, but I can't afford it. So I'm not even going to go touch that situation. You know what I mean? But back to the cable TV thing. So, gentleman felt like, you know, sometimes we were unfairly. He felt like I was a bit biased in my position in agreeing with the people that maybe the cable bill was too high. Maybe there should have been more advance notice. I got to say, from my personal experience, I didn't receive anything from cable TV that they were going to be increased. But I believe that they did send out a lot of information, letting the consumer know that there were going to be an increase. And nonetheless, they increased their price, and all of us who are stuck with cable TV are paying the price regardless. And I believe they know that. They no matter the one or two that complain, the rest of us going to pay, because we want cable. We don't want to be home trying to watch JTV, Speak Your Mind, and can't watch it because cable TV is cut, you know. But what I want to say tonight, cable TV, some good news just hit the newspaper this week. Lime just made a very serious, encouraging announcement. And you know cable TV, I think you're doing a good job. I think you're doing a great job. We getting things sometimes we don't want. We getting all kind of channel. I heard the man for TRC the other day telling someone in the bank that they must learn new languages because that's the reality of our cable in the BVI. We're going to have Spanish that we can't understand. We're probably going to get a little Portuguese. We're going to get some French. And we are a predominantly English-speaking country, but we are taking whatever somebody else is giving us. If that's the choice we're stuck with, fine, for now. Lime is getting ready to come in the market, and they made that announcement, dropping a $7 million investment in this country. What they call it? Fiber optic to the curve or something. So they're talking about doing the same thing here that they do in St. Lucia, Cayman Islands, Panama, and other places. Cable TV, this is from me now to you, and I know you're watching. Sometimes you call customer service and you get the most nasty, crappy customer service person on the phone. And I know all of them girls, they're beautiful young ladies, but they're nasty on the phone. I say so. And if somebody else could make a difference, start tightening up now, because you're going to feel it. All you in there got a decent job. But when competition comes, it means changes in your job portfolio. Customer service is lousy. And I wanted to tell you guys that a long time. But you know what I do? I just go in and I pay the little bill. I avoid the confrontation because you can't get no satisfaction. And the person who run cable and TV, who the manager, she's a very smart, nice person. You need to rub off on them who are lower than you. Separate yourself and start being their boss, because they're terrible on the phone. They're nasty. And you imagine you're paying for cable you can't even understand. You're stuck with something that's outside of your comprehension, and you got to pay for it. And then you're dealing with people who don't even appreciate your little $50, $100 you're paying, whatever it is you're paying for cable. Like, we got to do better. So, Lime, congratulations. Bring it quick. Cable TV, improve or lose it. Ladies and gentlemen, how you feel about that? Tell me how you feel about that one. Improve or lose it. You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please.
I just got to aware of it, right? Cable TV. The people are really nasty. I don't think so, man.
You don't think so?
No, they treat me right.
Okay.
I gotta go in and pay my bill,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta pay my bill. They don't be nasty. They're nasty. I'm nasty too, right? That's all right.
So you go ready for a fight, just in case.
No, but like, I need to pay my bill. If my bill is $80-something, yeah, I can pay because I want to be home. Relaxing, watching you. Speak your mind.
Watch and speak your mind. And by you watching me, you're able to speak your mind.
I speak in my mind all the time. So I was like, I tell you about the village, it's nasty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You need to go and get this out front, because everybody makes money, man.
Everybody made money.
Everybody makes money, my boy. You can feel like you can't see what your job is a month. So they come, I got to go clean it, you know, clean it.
Yeah.
You know, they can clean it. I don't want to be talking about public health, and they clean it. If my boss tell me this, everything straight up, me is done.
Well, you know your voice is very distinct, and Jeffrey probably listening in right now, and he
I
going.
want to listen. I want to listen. That's my dad. When I said me, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The people make money, right? I think that's money because they can learn. It's not disaster. But, you know what I mean? But I like to listen to speak and myself. And I have people come on and do very wrong. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I think, you know what I mean?
But let me share something with you about public work. I think I had to do a great job, right? A hell of a job. Because without public work, some of what needs to be done in this country will never get done. But can you do me a favor? I spoke to Musa Muhammad. I work with him sometime when he taxiing. Can you lobby the government to make sure that everybody who are working on the road have a vest on? And then when you guys are working in areas, around corners and stuff, right?
Excuse me. Everybody who works on the road have to have on a vest. Truck driver, the batman, everybody has to have on a vest.
They have to have on a vest. That's your policy, right? That's your policy, right?
Yeah.
So next time I see some of them guys without vests, in addition to the vest now, we want signage. We want signage before we get to the corner with guys working. They should give you guys some headset, walkie-talkie. They're only like $40, $50 a piece with a headphone.
Let you just tell me a while ago, right? It's something is listening, right? I want to listen to what you just said. That he's the chief of the top.
This is why I'm saying it. This is why I'm saying it, because I have to pity you guys sometimes, and I feel bad sometimes because there's so many near misses I don't see. You know, you guys are there doing a good job, and sometimes the consumer, the driver, he ain't really seeing. He should be vigilant at all times in every corner, but sometimes you might be looking right when something pop up on the left, and it might be one of you guys, and I don't want to hear one of you guys get hit or run down. You know,
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I feel 100% of that day, okay?
Yeah. So between you and I, we're gonna lobby for Jeffrey.
I hope the people in charge is listening to them speaking to you, talking to you, right?
Yeah.
I hope you're listening, because they're in charge of us. And the workers don't have the open the scene, you understand?
Well, I think he's listening, you know. They tune in all the time.
Well, I can see it out when I go work Monday morning, somebody goes to the my voice, right?
And you make you're making some valid points too. Appreciate the call.
Thanks a lot, you have a good day, big guy, right?
All right, my brother. Thanks.
Yeah.
There you go. Public Work doing a hell of a job. But Jeffrey, if you can work on it, man, I know the budget a little tight, but I know they can squeeze a few dollars out for you to get a couple little cheap radios with some headset, some signs, maybe 1 or 2 signs. I know you got some. I understand the conversation about lending them out to other people. They don't return them and all kind of story, but you need to have that. We need to have guys before a construction site or whatever area you're working in, especially on some of these corners, communicating with a guy down the block. Okay, stop this group. We got a group of 10 coming through. You know, just better coordination, because, you know, it's really, really dangerous out there. I see a lot of situation. I myself was in a situation. I pray to God and I thank God that it didn't get any worse. But so if you could help, man, just do what you got to do. You got good people behind you. You got Minister, the Action Man himself, the Minister for Communication and Work. Tell them put a few dollars your way so you can get this equipment. You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hi, talk to me.
Yes, good night. How are you?
Hey, talk a little bit louder. Turn your TV down for me, please.
You hearing the television? Okay, you hearing me now?
Yes, I had a little feedback in the background, but it's okay. Talk to us.
Okay. Just calling about the situation in front of Clovis there.
In front of Clovis?
We called publicly for the longest while they were major leakage today, and they need to come and deal with that. I'm not sure if it's true, they're running over, it takes up 5 days or something like that, but it's have been going on for a long time. I think it's ridiculous that they called and they said they had the confidence before, but before these people were nothing yet. That's crazy what's going on there. So please, public officials, take note, this needs to be corrected.
So let's get the situation clear. You said there's water, sewage running in front of Clovis?
There's a pipe that for something like that. So we're not sure if it's real to it, but regardless of what it is, it needs to be rectified.
And you had a chance to come to report it to Public Work or water and sewage? Ain't nothing happening. Nothing happening.
It needs to be rectified because people are working there all the time.
I got you. Okay. Well, you put it out there. I'm going to blow it up a little bit more for you. Hopefully we'll get the minister and the representative for the 4th District to go out and look at that. He's an action man, and he'll get out there right away. So,
that's the man.
Huh?
You say that's the action man. That's the man.
That's the man. So we are action man. We calling on you tonight. You know, there's somebody watching who represents the action man and the minister for public work. He's responsible for public work. He's also responsible for water and sewage. So hopefully he'll get some people down there.
Manager closed all that area so no cars can come in there, which is good, and that's excellent. But that problem with that area that's running out there, that's some major disaster.
Is there odor or smell coming from that?
Odor, you know. Even so, there is no odor. I'm not getting an odor, but the constant water, it's a lot of water running there now, and it's just causing between National Bank and that building is there's a lot of water running through there. And
all right, so
a lot recently, so
all right, let me ask you. You say it's by Clover. Is it behind Clover into the walkway, or is it in front?
That's this metal thing there. There's a lot of water running. You saw some, it's a very fun stage, you know, I don't know what they do. But with the rain that came, they left it open and nobody did anything at all after that.
All right, Carla.
Okay?
Well, thanks a lot. We'll put it out there.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I'm a good brother. I know you're watching. Gentlemen, I work for Public Works. You know, call Brother Jeffrey if you can. Mr. Musa Mohammed, my good friend, and let them know there's some situation going on somewhere close to Clovis. There's a lot of water running in the street or in the back, somewhere close on some corner. Somebody said they call you guys and they haven't been able to get anything rectified. So if you guys can get some people on it. And I know every time we call public work name inside on this show, Jeffrey usually make a phone call because he's that kind of guy. He is the real action man. Jeffrey, you're doing a wonderful job. Keep it up. I know you need a little help, you need a little money, but there's money. Don't worry, man. We got money. There's money to be used. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've been running my mouth for a while. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Say hello to the Digicel DL700, our newest best value Android smartphone with a 4-inch display, front-facing camera, and a 5-megapixel rear camera. It's perfect for snapping and sharing. Plus, it's super fast, so you can do more, play more, and share more. And choose to download from over 1 million apps available in the Google Play Store. The Digicel DL700, the latest addition to the Digicel Android smartphone range. Make the smart choice. Be extraordinary. Digicel.
Welcome back, guys. Before the phone lines start blowing up again, start calling. Let me hit you on a couple of these texts. One person said they're glad that we talked about cable TV. I guess they're experiencing some issues every time they go down there or maybe call on the phone. They feel the customer service reps are also very rude. And I'm saying that loud and clear. You know, so instead of being offended by that, maybe you should look and examine it. You know what they used to do at a company I used to work for? The manager in the back would have a phone system where they can easily tap in on the sales reps' conversation to see how they're handling the call, or see if they're appropriate and doing the right thing according to a company policy. So maybe something you can adopt, cable TV. You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please.
Yeah, the last caller was calling, right? The last caller was calling, talking about the thing in the water in the street, right?
Yeah.
It just came from rain, right? Public deal with, you understand, public work. We have water and sewage and have public work,
yes.
Right?
Yes.
Water and sewage have a big white truck with a big tank in it. They deal with them kind of reasons, what a woman talking about. Because she flush her toilet and all the things come out in the street. So, car water, so don't put public involvement in that.
Okay. I think she just heard you loud and clear.
Get an act together, please.
All right. Remember, she's also speaking her mind.
Well, everybody's speaking her mind, but she's speaking her mind too, because she don't flush her toilet and then think about in the street.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You understand? I'm not trying to disrespect the program, you heard what I'm saying? But she need to get act together.
Yeah. Well, I think the minister will sort it out since he's a representative.
Salute to the new governor you have, you heard?
Yes, man. Yes. Big up. All right. So yeah, for the phone line blow up again. Another call. Someone texted and said, oh yeah, they wanted to know, will the cruise pair be ready for the next coming season, even if it isn't. The minister just did a presentation at the workshop they had last week for the taxi operators and toll livery operators. There was a display. They talked about ships being able to tender. They will be tendering in. So the ships will come. Whoever wants to come can come. And business as usual. You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please. Hi, good evening.
Good evening, son. What's up, my brother?
Talk to me. This sounds like a very important call from Justin Dyke.
Yeah, man. I just want to big up the George Van Next public work guy. They have a new bridge in there. And today, Saturday, when they were supposed to be off duty, I saw them on the road cleaning up after the storm.
Nice.
That was very, very impressive.
Big up.
So I wanted to call Jeffrey and tell him not today.
Okay.
And I didn't have his number, so I said this would be a good way to let him know.
Well, tell him again, because he's listening.
Jeffrey, the youth man you had in Joseph Van Dyke did a wonderful job by coming out this Saturday and cleaning up after the storm. And here it is, he didn't get none of the public work guys because all of them had things to go do. So he gets some of the younger guys on the island.
Yeah.
Come out with him, who don't even work public work.
Yeah.
And clean the road. Man, I was so happy. You
Yeah.
won't believe it. I give them all the credit for today, man.
Community effort. So listen, when you cook them 12 plates you normally cook on Sundays, make sure you call him and leave one for him.
Yeah, man, I don't treat them good. But
All right, my brother.
To also give them young guys a chance working in public work because lately a lot of them older ones are fading out there.
Yeah.
This year is young people year, and while we have young people, I want to commend the young people for behaving nice.
Yeah.
The 60th festival.
Yes.
They really behave nice, right, sir?
Man, hey, listen, I'm all for that. I am all for that. I think that's one of the best things that came out of this festival, this whole festival thing. You know?
Yeah, when the bad, we don't rant and rave at them. So when the good.
That's right. That's right. They
Yeah,
really
one thing
represent,
I
male
want
and
to touch
female.
on, I ain't going to touch on the politics things because I ain't a politician really. So I ain't going to go in the house. But you see, these phone company we got here, people really need to boycott them. You know why I say so? Except, you there?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Except the local one, CCP, right? If you have a line phone and you go to Virgin Garden, we have line phone and you use it. They shouldn't charge you for roam. If you go to St. Kitts, we have line phone. I don't think they should charge you for roam. If you go to Jamaica, we got line phone. They shouldn't charge you for roam.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you. You know, Lime did have a program, I remember last year, the year before, where they were actually not charging you in Lime countries, member countries. But since Digicel is the sponsor of this show, I can talk about Digicel without getting in trouble and seem like I'm promoting them, because I am. Digicel, I believe, got a major plan coming, and Lime better watch out. Because all what you there talking about, they already contemplating. And that's how they're going to kill and take over and dominate the market. And they're already doing that. So Lime better tighten up. So you're right. You're absolutely. Oh, well, Carl, I think you hang up. You hang up and listen. So I agree with you. Lime need to tighten up. We can't kill a local company because we are BVI Lander country. We believe in supporting our own. So CCT, big up to you as well. So Digicel being our sponsor, I know they're going to be doing some big things. You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please. Hi, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Hi.
How you doing?
You sound like a powerful call.
Yeah, well, you know how it is. I wasn't sure from the beginning, and I see you have an ad running there, and I think that is by Waste Management, talking about illegal dumping.
I saw that too.
Excuse me?
I saw it too, yeah. The one with them,
Yeah.
the garbage in the gut and stuff?
Yes, I've been paid twice for the night. I want to know if this is applicable to Virgin Garden, yes or no. Because I have seen, and I'm seeing in the district where certain carriers, garbage carriers, have chosen to create new dump sites. One at the quarry site that I'm going towards Nassau, going towards the garbage dump. Apparently they put 4 or 5 30-yard bins there, and that is acceptable. There's another dump site on the Long Road in Virgin Garden, which is again accepted because I'm seeing that members from that office is present in Virgin Garden. They do come very often, and they make notice of this, and when the man ain't being charged yet. So I want to know if this law, if this advertisement that they pay so much money for, saying that the prosecutors will be charged, why aren't we charging these people or reprimanding them for making dump sites all over the place? Does some people have a right to do what they want to do? Is this applicable to everybody? Let me clarify this. The Department of Waste Management.
Yeah.
They're regular visitors to Virgin Islands. They see the situation and somehow no one is taking this on. Something is wrong with that, Sam.
Yeah.
Something is wrong with that. And I feel that I have to say something, especially when I see the ads on this show. So just bear with me with that. I have other things that I'd like to comment on, but you like me to be
No. I want to hear it. It's your turn.
Yeah, I want to be short. And the other thing I wanted to comment on is you made it very clear in your opening speech, and you said it over again. I think there's a misconception in the House where some of the members are getting up, taking a lot of our time trying to defend the Minister of Communication and Work Action, and I don't think we need that. And the people, for me, is exactly like you said, the people are not trying to stop this project. All they're simple asking is like, the president said, inspect the halls, Captain Paul, check the halls. We want to know who's on board, who is good and who's good for us and who's not good. No one is trying to stop the project. The project is actually continuing as the members spoke. But they're still saying who wants to stop the project. I just think we want to be clear. We want the project. I personally want the project. But we need to be clear for what we're doing and who's doing what for us. I have no problem with the members on the opposition asking for it. If we so clean, if we so right, then okay, let it run.
And
waste the taxpayers' money for hours in the House trying to defend the minister who can defend himself.
Yeah. I also, Carla, just to add, don't forget the rest of what you have to say. I also add that while this project is going on, because nobody can really stop it other than the government. They have the majority.
Exactly.
So don't mind the talk, and I don't want people to continue to be fooled by that type of language. We want to know, and I personally would love to see a clear plan. Just like I would if I go to an architect to get a house design, or I go to the bank to borrow money. The bank themselves want a clear development plan. Because I believe that we are to know as players in the game what position we're going to play. And to this day we haven't seen it. But I'm happy that we have a game. You understand what I'm saying?
That's what the members are asking for, and it is clear. They're trying to stop the project. We want to know what's going on and who's doing what. It's simple.
Yeah.
The members getting up in the House being arrogant, slamming down documents and things. This is total disrespect.
So somebody did that in the House?
Then you wasn't watching the thing, Sam.
And what did the speaker
take the document from the PAC committee and slam it down on the ground?
What did the speaker do?
The speaker didn't. Actually, I didn't even hear the speaker comment.
You're kidding me.
Yeah,
so you're saying that we had that kind of behavior in the House and the speaker didn't say anything?
Totally unnecessary. The Minister of Communication and Work can defend himself as far as and I don't know the other ministers getting the long rhetoric, try to defend and say who's stopping project. Nobody tried to stop a project that is going on. You just want to know what's going on. They were saying, say, Captain Paul, we got to examine the hands on board. We got to make sure who we're supposed to have and who we have. I don't see anything wrong with that. And if I'm doing something clear and free of any notice, I wouldn't be afraid. I wouldn't be afraid of no investigation. I say, let's go for it.
Yeah.
We need to get by that. We just wasting a lot of the people trying to defend something that is not so.
Yeah.
So that's my take on that. Just about. I'm glad to see the development. We need it, and I just pray that total taxpayers' money don't go down the drain in the process.
Yeah, definitely. So how did you enjoy the festival?
I wasn't so blessed to have to be part of it because I have my objections. I don't like how the festivities are being developed. I don't like dividing people. It's not a favorite thing of mine. And when you have a festival in Virgin Islands, a festival in Caribbean, a festival in Eastern, one in Newtown, you know what you're doing among the people? You're creating dissension. You're dividing people. You're taking from one to give the next. I was suggesting a long time ago, let's make one big pool. And if we keep it Newtown this time, we keep it Virgin Islands next time, we keep it Caribbean next time, let us do one thing. We don't need this up and down with me, taking money from here, not supporting this festival, but supporting that one. That is nonsense.
But
I don't
Carla,
agree with that, and for that reason, I wasn't very much participating. I had a few events, but I wasn't very happy.
But Carla, let me ask you, would you also put some of the concern and blame on even the communities who are also advocating for separation and division?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course, and now it is the responsibility of the minister and his committees instead of dividing us to bring us together.
Yeah.
Instead of keeping us divided and keeping someone happy and some happy, let's bring it together.
Yeah. Well,
That's my take on that. I have no problem with the festivities. I have no problem with their programs. And I just want to say, like a lot of other people, it was nice to have a violence-free session.
Yes.
And unlike the members who get up on the radio, I want to thank the people themselves, not the police department.
Yeah.
The people.
That's right.
People for accepting the attitude and
That's
behaving
right.
in a good
The
manner.
people who came and enjoyed themselves, stayed out of trouble, the young people who just did what they were supposed to do, just enjoy themselves, leave the conflict and problems behind.
Not the police can't do nothing. It's the people get a good attitude.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, for whatever, it was good.
They felt good about
Yeah, that's
themselves.
like that.
They felt good about themselves, and it was good. It turned out
Yeah.
very well.
For sure.
Definitely. Anything else?
Not right now. Let me somebody else call.
All right, Carl. Appreciate the call.
Okay.
That's Annie Gada, Virgin Gada checking in. Not Annie Gada, I'm sorry, Josephine Dyke and Virgin Gada checking in. Annie Gada, we over here. If you want to check in, call us and let us know what's going on with the leasing of the land, the fishing grounds, the rights to fishing. Give us some updates. You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please. Hi, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Talk to me. I think your TV a little loud, you know, because I hear the feedback.
That's better?
Yes, much better.
Yes. That's what you're saying with the cruise ship dock.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I am glad to see what's happening with it because I went to take a look at this site and it's changed.
So there's definitely progress. There's things happening.
Yes, I know that.
Good. You happy about that?
Yes, I'm happy about that. I'm a program by birth and I'm raised in St. Thomas, so I'm glad to see that proposal stepping forward.
Good. Good. Me too. I am too. You see a picture of it right there on screen. I think it's wonderful. You know, and what I want to say, Carl, is that what is happening right now on the dock, the manner in which they're going about this is exactly what this show, hosted by myself, advocated. You know, where we, the country, the government, did what was necessary to get a loan, to be inclusive with their people, and give local people an opportunity to invest in this thing for the 49 years instead of someone else. So I'm very happy.
I agree with what you're saying. We can answer our competition if we get through this shit back.
So we'll do what?
I said we begin it in Thomas and to clear another competition with this shit back.
Yeah. Well, listen. Don't worry about St. Thomas. Don't worry about St. Kitts. Don't worry about St. Martin. There's something, you know, going to happen here. Turn on your TV a little bit so you can hear me clearly. There's something uniquely going to happen here in the BVI. St. Thomas and them are fighting to get a lot more ships. Once we are developed as a people, as a territory, you're going to continue to find a huge overflow of business coming out to the U.S. Virgin Islands because they can't do but so much. They don't have the room, the facilities, the area for expansion. We have islands, we got capacity, and we could do a lot more. All I want to see, in addition to this cruise ship development, is the government take a serious role and continue to invest in BV Islanders and BV Islander owned businesses and provide opportunities for BV Islanders. And you're going to see a difference.
I agree with you 100%, and I like your show. I haven't talked in a video, but I say that at the research in the college with
like you said.
Uh-huh.
Good job. Continue.
Well, thank you, my brother. Appreciate the call.
No problem. I'll be listening all the time.
All right, all right. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, there's no fear about what's happening right now. I am ecstatic. I am very happy about the whole development on the cruise pair. It's necessary, it's needed. And I keep saying, you know, I'm a young guy. I look at the history of the BVI, and I look at a lot of people who are successful. BVI landers, people who are not even born in this country, who've been in this country 30, 40 years, who came up over the years and built themselves. They were given opportunity. Opportunity is the most important word in this thing. Opportunity. They were given an opportunity to invest. Whether it was $5, whether it was pushing a nail and a hammer, whether it was bringing sand, whether it was owning a little piece of land, whether it was opening up a little bar, they were given opportunities. And how I say no? Not just born BVI landers. Look around the BVI. We got a melting pot of people who were not born in the BVI and are doing well, who have made the BVI their home because they were given opportunity. And if you take that away from the people of this territory, you're going to end up like the same countries other people came from. Because all you got to do is look at their history, look at the behavior and what's going on in some of those countries. Majority of investment in a lot of other countries are foreign owned. Sure, we need foreign investment, but you need 60-70% foreign and 30 local, you're in trouble. Look at St. Thomas. I ain't going no further. Jan, you speak your mind, go ahead, please. Turn on your TV just a little bit as you are talking to your TV. Hi.
Yeah, good evening.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing, Sam? You're doing a good job tonight as always.
Well, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I just wanted to make a comment on this cruise pay situation.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to make a comment on this cruise pay situation concerning the Commission of Inquiry.
Yes.
And other things. The Commission of Inquiry is a good thing. And I really don't know why the government is fighting so hard against it, because people need information. And I find that the government can be a little bit more forthcoming with information. You know, early on in the situation, I don't think we were getting as much transparency as we needed. And some investigations were done by the media, by people like yourself, trying to dig down and get some more information. But it was like almost like pulling teeth. And you know the struggle we went through with the privacy clause in the agreement.
Yeah.
And all of these type of things really don't reflect well on a government that wants transparency. And we've been having a lot of difficulty getting information, and certain bits have been coming out, like the Auditor General's report that gave us some information. But we need more information. You know, I think it was around 1995, Honorable Alvin Christopher, read it in the Beacon. The Beacon actually wrote, from an objective source, that there were allegations of corruption back in the mid-90s, when Honorable Alvin Christopher was the minister, and a commission of inquiry found that many of those allegations were unfounded.
Yeah.
You know, and if this is the same situation today, when we are saying that all of these allegations are unfounded, we should let the commission of inquiry come. We know that the governor is the one that is going to decide on that. But sometimes it seems as though, members of the government and the supporters are really nervous about this commission of inquiry.
Well, Carl, hold your thought for a minute. One of the things that trouble me is early on when in several House sitting where the opposition asked questions in relation to the cruise pair project between 2011 and 2013. And I remember specifically hearing the Premier say to one of the opposition members that the question was not in the best interest of the people. And I personally, as a citizen, was offended because I said to myself, well, who is he doing it for? If you're developing it for the people, how come it's not in the best interest of the people? So what you're saying makes a lot of sense. And there's absolutely no reason for the governor himself not to call for an investigation, because information must come out. It belongs to the people. So
these things are good for democracy.
Absolutely.
And the point that Honorable Wallen, the Minister of Education and Culture, made, that a lot of other members jumped on, about withdrawing the report because procedure was not followed, I was very disappointed in that point. And it seemed like everybody, even the speaker, jumped up on that point. The report is a public document. If witnesses had a issue with something that was written in there, instead of just saying that they weren't given an opportunity to look at what was in there, look at it and see if it's accurate. And you have not had one person come forward and say something in there is not accurate. And then you're trying to get an important report withdrawn because of a technicality. It really reminds me of when they tried to get more off on a technicality in court.
yeah.
You know, and it's not good for democracy. These things are good for democracy. We need more transparency. Even the project right now, Sam, I think you're making the point. You don't know what the development plans are. Why can't the government come out and tell us what stores they're going to try to get to come here? Are we going to have a swimming pool there? Are we going to have restaurants? Are we going to have... Why can't they just come out and give us the full information? Why is it that they have to manage the information that the public knows? Public should be able to participate in this democracy. It's being done on our behalf.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, you know, it's like you going to the bank right now. You know, the bank policies changed in the past 5 years. Now most of the U.S. banks are requiring you now to come up with your local tax return in order to justify your income. And they ain't giving you no loan without that piece of paper in your hand. So how are we developing something? At the end of the day, the players in the game must know the play. They have to know the plays in order to know how to play the game. And I personally, again and again, could sit here proudly and say that I want this. At the end of the day, I'm still trying to make it work. But for people who don't have the capability or the knowledge to understand the end result, they need to know. They need to know, because they may not be able to fight for themselves. At the end of the day, when you don't put a nail, you don't put a glue, you don't put a concrete in it firm, you can't move it.
Yes. Well, thank you for the opportunity, Sam. You're doing a good job.
Well, Carla, thanks again. Call again if you need to.
Okay.
So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break, and after that we're going to have our last segment. Feel free to call, speak your mind, let us know what's going on. I put some teasers out there. You guys like those teasers, but again, the show is open to speak your mind. So you know, feel free. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Say hello to the Digicel DL700, our newest best value Android smartphone with a 4-inch display, front-facing camera, and a 5-megapixel rear camera. It's perfect for snapping and sharing. Plus, it's super fast, so you can do more, play more, and share more. And choose to download from over 1 million apps available in the Google Play Store. The Digicel DL700, the latest addition to the Digicel Android smartphone range. Make the smart choice. Be extraordinary. Digicel.
Alright guys, welcome back. You guys are good examples of how democracy should work. Speak your mind. Somebody wants to know how we can get a light bulb fix in Hodge Yard in Poso, below the laundry. BVI Electricity, if it's a public area, public light, and you're responsible for changing a light bulb, please get out there. Hodge Yard in Poso, close to the laundry. Please, please, it's a security issue. People use the yard to go back and forth. It's dark, robberies, you know, protect our citizens. You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please. Good evening. I think you're having a little issue with the phone. I can hear it clicking.
Good night, Mr. Sam.
Hi, good night. How are you?
Fine.
Talk to me.
I would like to thank all the visitors that visit me at the hospital.
Oh, yeah? Is this my friend that had a car accident?
Yeah.
Awesome. How you feeling?
And I would like to thank the nurses of taking care of me.
Nice. Very nice. So you're doing okay now?
Yeah.
All right, let me don't hang up. Let me just repeat what you said in case somebody didn't hear you. The young man who was taken care of very well by the nurses, the doctors, and everyone that visited him in the hospital. This is the family that had the accident down towards Parkwood Pond. He would like to say thank you very much. He really appreciate you guys coming out and showing your support and your love. And that's the BVI community. Anything else?
Yeah. I would like the people to put up guardrails or Parkwood Pond so nobody else can get no accidents.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll definitely blow that up. I know the people who are responsible for that, Public Works, I'm sure they're on it.
Okay.
If you don't see any improvement in the next couple of weeks, make sure you call back this show every week until we see some changes, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck. I hope everything works out for you and get ready for school, all right?
Hold on, yeah. Hold on.
Okay.
It had a day a woman fell down off a hill. The hill. And the ambulance had to come for her.
She fell down and the ambulance had to come for her too?
Yes.
And she doing okay? You know the lady?
No.
You don't know her. Well, I hope she's doing well.
Okay.
All right. Thanks so much, okay?
Hold on. She working in the environmental.
Oh, yeah. We heard about that situation. The lady that worked for environmental health.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, our prayers don't go to her, okay?
I hope that she's okay.
I hope so too.
Because the ambulance take her away.
All right. All right.
And she was in a lot of pain.
Well, if anybody knows her and can give us some update, give us some update on that lady that hurt herself. She was on the
And I
job.
would like them to tell the government put up guardrail.
Definitely. They heard you loud and clear that time. Thanks a lot, okay?
And protect people.
That's right. That's right.
All they
Guardrail
want
will
is
help
keep
save
the money
lives.
for themselves.
That's right. Well, I know they're working hard. So they're working hard. So hopefully, between you and I and everyone else who voiced that concern, we could get them to do us right. Okay? All right? All right. They're gone. Well, I'm glad to see you doing okay, little man. And tell mommy and daddy I said hello. I'm sure they're watching anyway. But, Jeffrey, man, you got your work cut out for you. We need guardrail in some of these really risky areas. Please do what you can do. I know it's tough. You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please.
Okay, I just like to say good evening and to Sam and everybody else who's concerned with the program.
Yes. Turn on your TV a little bit for me,
Turn the TV down. Okay. Actually, once again, I'd like to say kudos to everything and everyone which is in concern. And I think you're doing a great job for the community. I had the opportunity today to speak to several ministers, and at times we're not always on the same page, but I'd like to thank them and whatever for what they're doing for the community in general.
Definitely.
And along with that, the situation that transpired with the 60th anniversary, I believe it went on quite well. And the people in general that participated, it was one of the most spectacular situations I ever witnessed in my life.
Yeah.
And along with that, I just have to say kudos to everybody in the ministry, the public, my families, and the families, my extended families as well.
I'd just like to say thank you, and I'm glad to be a part of this community.
Definitely.
And have a
Definitely.
great day and everything else.
Yeah,
And
man,
I'm sorry if I
appreciate-
disrupted your presentation and your everything that you had going on. So you always have an excellent program.
You need to stop. Is this my friend?
Keep doing what you're doing.
Is this my friend on the way towards King Garden Bay?
That would be me, sir.
You have that distinctive voice, man.
Okay.
If I go blind tomorrow, I'll definitely know who you are.
Okay.
Appreciate the call.
Bless. Okay, no problem. I wish I had the opportunity to call all the time because you have a great program.
I will call
And it takes people
anytime.
like you to make the community grow.
Well, I'm trying my best.
God bless you.
All right, brother. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got about 15, 20 minutes left if you want to get in on the conversation. It's been good tonight. It's been good. This is what I like when we all take part in the conversation. Yes, I can be a little opinionated. Everybody knows that. But you share in the opinions as well. And that's how we exchange. You know, someone met me, a very important person met me just a few weeks ago on the beach. And they said to me, Sam, you need to do a different kind of show where we can have like a round table discussion. That might be coming. That might be coming. Because he said we need to have more dialogue on nation building. He knows who he is. He said we need to do more conversation on nation building. So I want him to know that we're working on something. We plan to have more discussion shows. But we need to be able to build confidence in the people. And the only way we could do that is when we have open and transparent dialogue. Not information where it's hidden and hide away from, you know. You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please. Hi, good evening.
Yeah, good.
Uh-huh.
I promise you a call back.
Yes.
Yeah, I had another subject that I wanted. This is communications at work. I don't know who is really responsible for the enforcement, whether it's police or the public works department. But here in my district, I've noticed there's a drive, a very scenic route for where we take all our tourists and so, from the valley to Garda Peak. And along the left side of that road, so, is spent concrete where you have trucks delivering concrete and they overfill, so they're running over on the side. This is happening now for quite a while. And no one is attempting to clear this road. I don't know if it's a responsibility of public works or the concrete carriers. But I think we need to address it. It's from the bottom of Savannah Bay to the top of Garda Peak. That needs to be addressed. This is public works again, and what I notice public works is doing these days. They have a crew in Virgin Garda, but they're transferring men daily, paying passages to take 6 of our workmen from Virgin Garda to Tortola to do road paving. And I saw the Minister Bowley standing up in front of a paving machine with the guys from Virgin Garda there. What happened to the men that were doing the paving in Roton, in Tortola? What happened to them? Why are they taking the men away from functioning in Virgin Garda to go to work in Tortola, paying these boat fees every day? This is happening now for weeks. And I understand it's going to happen for another 2 weeks.
Wow.
So the district again is left undone.
So what you're saying?
Representation in this district, Sam.
What you're saying? The men in Virgin Gorda are better than the men in Tortola, so they had to bring them over?
Then you need to have those from Tortola come over here and do the reverse then.
So you need some training then? We need some training.
What are the guys that would typically pay in Tortola? What are they doing?
I don't know. Jeffrey, we need some answers. We need some answers. Yeah.
We have work here to be done. Then they start putting on speed bumps. We complain.
Yeah.
Then they went to Savannah Bay. They take down a whole length of guardrail, try to replace it with stone. That is left undone.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. I was just there 2 weeks ago. I saw that. Right on the point where you stop and take the pictures.
Yeah, it's an excellent, good initiative. That is great. I like it. But why are we stuck in the middle? Because we have to send 6 men, our mason, our captain. We have to send these men to Tabella. Then we should have a crew coming up to do what they should have been doing.
Yeah.
Something is wrong here. We are neglecting the district. That's my point, and I want to appeal to the minister. Jeffrey Mubay, like I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I need to bring these things to the forefront.
Well,
that's not right.
His name is getting called a lot tonight, and I guarantee you between tomorrow and Monday, calls going to be going out, and we're going to see a little action. So you know how it is. Community react, they react.
Yes, I mean, I still want to appeal to the solid waste, the waste management people to get these cars off the land.
Yeah.
It's abusive to the land right now. They're all over here. It's not a nice thing.
Yeah.
So we need to get these people moving and stop taking the people away from the district. Let them function.
Definitely. And just for clarity, you say at the foot of Savannah Hill, going all up towards Garda Peak on the main road, come around them curve and thing going up. That's where the concrete and thing is in the road.
On the left side, incidentally where the drain is.
Yeah, I know.
It makes the drain literally non-functional. We have all that concrete built up there. So who's responsible? Or who's responsible to implement the rules to have it cleaned up or to have it removed?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And it's a little dangerous too when you're coming down and going up that hill.
Real dangerous, especially when it's raining. If anything happens, it puts you in a rut.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you live on a beautiful island, man. It's one of the most beautiful in the world. So the territory as a whole is beautiful. We gotta keep them clean.
Yes, but by the way, point, Jeffrey, we cannot neglect the district because this is the number one tourist destination. We can't run from that. When I have to take my people on a tour up the hill, and just seeing that mess, I have to answer to them like that.
Yeah.
You tax system and you know the thing.
Yeah.
And you see garbage dump all over the quarry is full of garbage down there as if we're building another dump site. The dump site itself is in a mess. And we need some answers. We need the Minister of Communication and Work and the Minister of the Environment to come, please, and take the district in hand.
Carla, what I'm going to do is I'm going to steal the guy from Jocelyn Dyke and bring him over there. We're going to get a couple of people like yourself, taxi drivers. If you need me to come, let me know. I'll definitely come, and we're going to go with some shovels and things. Huh?
I don't have to invite you. You know you are invited any day.
But I need to know when you're doing it so we could do it together. You just let me know.
I'll be happy to let you know. I'll be happy.
Definitely. I'm available anytime. It's so slow right now. The whole of Virgin Gorda shut down, all the hotel are closing down, the Tortola closing up. We got plenty of time.
That's it, exactly, and this is the time when we should address these issues.
I agree.
So that by the time it's opening fresh again, we are brand new, ready to go.
I agree. But between you and I, though, on a serious tip, I'm willing to help. Let's see if we can get some of our brothers together and maybe contribute a little bit. And that way, when we beat them up, we could beat them up from a position of, of authority.
Solidarity, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll be happy to invite you. That wouldn't be too long.
All right, brother. Let me know.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Yes, good night.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Virgin Gorda checking in again. I love Virgin Gorda for that, man. They're very active. We got all kinds of things happening in Virgin Gorda. Jocelyn Dyke is active. And Gorda, I know you're over there. I know you're active too. Tortola's active as well. The BVI is a beautiful place, ladies and gentlemen. It really is, man. Sometimes when you really stop and you think about it and you travel, you get opportunity to travel around. We ain't knocking nobody else nowhere. I'm simply saying, when you take quality and you look and you measure apple for apple, grape for grape, the BVI is one of, you know what I'm saying. You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please.
Yeah.
Talk to me. Good night.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
I want an inquiry and by water.
Yes.
And freezer.
Yes. I want one too.
And I for the cruise ship.
Stop listening to yourself and talk to me. Stop listening to yourself and talk to me.
Yeah, I for the cruise ship there too.
Okay.
And I want to stop bringing reggae in our carnival.
Stop bringing reggae.
They only come out that night and they don't come back and spend money the next day.
You know what I would like to see, Carla? I would like to see 1 year where festival, and I agree with the gentleman from another talk radio. One of the old fellas, one of the older fellas. He ain't old, but he's older than I am. You know what I'm trying to say? I can't remember his name. De Castro. I would like to see a festival that is just BV Islanders about BV Islanders. And who want to come and support, come and support. Who want to jump on the plane and go somewhere else, go. Let all local people them. I agree with all the bands them what sang song about taking care of them own first. I ain't got no problem with what happened this year. I don't want to buy leave and say I was against that. No, I'm simply saying going forward, I would like to see 1 year where it's just BV Islander owned bands, BVI culture, BVI this, and it's about us, celebrating us. I would like to see that one day.
That's what I'm saying, Sam, right? That's what I'm saying, because it costs the government too much money to bring in the outside artists. Leave up along King Garden Bay. You know, let them support that only.
Yeah.
Let's take them out of the carnival and let the local people deal with it.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to start building
That's what I
your
want
own.
to see happen.
Yeah, I do. So I'm out for the cruise ship that 500%. You want to inquiry on Bywater? I believe I heard somebody just told me the other day that the last governor, when he first came, that person had a meeting with that governor. And that same governor asked him to put together information on Bywater. And he said he did. And he said he gave it to the governor. When he thought he was among friends, the governor gave it to Ms. Webster to do the Bywater inquiry.
Yeah.
So I believe there's one already there. I believe there's an audit on it already. I believe so. Based on what this person was telling me, I don't need to call his name. He knew who he is.
Yeah.
Right? So my problem with Bywater is that they shouldn't be allowed to raise no cost for no water.
Right.
You understand? You don't hear if
Yeah.
we stuck with them, we can't get rid of them. Whatever contract was honored from before, stick with that. Start giving us water now. I'm all for that. I know who is involved with Bywater, and they must understand the position of the people. You've been here long enough, we need water now. You can't raise fees on me and you ain't giving me no water yet. Something is wrong
But we
with
heard
that.
the minister say in the house, Sam.
What he say?
The minister said, how we get Bywater pay coming September, October, somewhere like that, he said. How we get them pay?
Well, they gotta figure
And
something
you
out.
hear Fraser, you better pay them.
We're between a rock and a hard place, and this is why I personally want to make sure going forward we don't find ourselves in these kind of predicaments anymore. This is why I'm happy now that a cruise ship dock is in our hands, and I'm hoping that's really the case, because we got a loan and we got to pay for it. We got to figure out how we're going to pay for it. BV Islanders is who going to benefit from it. So if the government have to charge us some kind of operating fee, I'm willing to pay because it's mine. And that's why I want to feel good about that. And I want to make sure, I don't care what government is in power the next time around, that we don't find ourselves putting people in power. We're going to look for themselves and not look out for the benefit of the majority. You understand? So going forward, I don't want to see no more. No, I don't want to, and I personally, I tell you now, I wasn't involved with talk radio, I wasn't involved with TV shows, but when the whole Bywater debate was up for debate, I was along with everybody else who said it was wrong to bring another water company in this country. You already had one. Support your own, build your own. Who didn't have shares in it? Wait till when you get opportunity to get shares. Don't bring something else in to kill the system. And this is what's going on right now with this whole cruise ship, Bywater, you know, cell phone companies and all these other businesses where we have all people them back and forth. One set owns the government. So what happened? They bring in, you know. So here we are. The regular man is caught in the middle.
Yeah.
So appreciate the call.
Yeah, cheers, Sam.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got 4 minutes left. I will entertain another quick call if that's the case. If not, I'm going to start doing my little closing. In closing, it's very simple. I believe we live in a good country. And we, BVI Islanders, again, anybody that call the BVI home, anybody that call the BVI home should stand up and support what's local, local ownership, local participation, local belongership. I support all of that. And I know what some of you are saying. You ain't from here, you're cheering them down here and treating them like crap. I hear that. That's your argument for not supporting certain things. I support your argument. I believe you're born is where you're from. And I'm going to go to my death with that. I know the implication of opening up the floodgate. I understand all of that. But you ain't opening up no floodgate. If somebody living here, doing what's right, they get involved with a relationship, their kids are born here, those are BV Islanders. And we as a country have to stop playing this foolish game we play with our children. Them. When they get to a certain age, they become baseball stars. We want to break the rule and bend the rules, then to support them. When we want them to play in basketball games, and they over the age of qualification, we want to bend the rules and give them passport. Do what's right from the beginning. And Billingham, the guy who got fired before Mr. Mark Simmons, who just resigned, said to me that the local government is who have the power and the responsibility of changing certain things locally. So ladies and gentlemen, any politician out there on the government side who tell you that they don't have no power over certain things when it comes to local immigration, he's blowing smoke, black smoke, blow it away. Billingham said so. If they really want to address the situation without curing them locally, the BVI have two kind of relationship. We are considered overseas territory. As an overseas territory, in my case, because I was born before 1982, I automatically got a UK citizenship. So I have a BVI Islander citizenship, and I got a UK citizenship, and I'm also part of the EU citizen, as an EU citizen. So what happened on the local level, the local government can lobby, can ask, can negotiate certain things for their people. So it's up to them. It's up to them 5 people who goes in cabinet on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, whenever they have a cabinet meeting, to bring this discussion to the table and look for a viable solution to deal with our children and what born in this country, regardless of where the mother and father are from. And then the next step is a UK issue. Then you will just go and fight the UK on that. But locally, they should be taking care of those children. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I think the system is good, you know. A commission of inquiry, from my position, from my point of view, you ain't got nothing to deal with, you ain't got nothing to hide. The governor should have one. Call it tomorrow, done with it. And don't be confused again. The commission of inquiry has nothing to do with the development, no. It has everything to do with the plan that they had before. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to sign off, and I'll say, God be with you. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for participating, for the phone calls, for the texts. Text us. When the phone is this hot, it's very hard to read the text. You guys got to understand that. And the texts were nice. They were good. But hopefully I'll keep them here till next week. Godspell Life, I'll read them again. All right? So, guys, enjoy yourself. Be safe. Criminals stay off the street. Allow people to go out and enjoy themselves. You know, spend money. Keep our economy going. Stop trying to rob people. It's bad. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, today, history was made in Chicago. The Little League team, Jackie Robinson Club, Little League team, became the the United States Little League champion, between age 11 and age 13 or 14. They won, and it was an all-black team. Be proud of that, man. Yeah, we Caribbean, the U.S., but still, they're all black. Anything black is good for us. So, big up to the Little League Chicago team. I watched the whole game from start to finish, and they did an awesome job. So, ladies and gentlemen, good night.